Thank you.
Yeah.
That was a facepalm moment for sure. Game number 2 between Secret and Entity. As the panel discussed, if Secret win this, they go to the major, which they've been conspicuously missing from for quite some time.
I mean, 2 tours.
That is quite some time.
That is a lot of time.
Since TI, we haven't really seen them on the big stage. And they're going to do it, or try to do it, with a Lifestealer, which... one of my personal favorite heroes, which usually equates to being a terrible hero in general.
I thought you were going to start to shit on it from the first minute. Like, I hate this hero. You can't do anything. You know?
I mean, I'm not the smartest person in the world, so you can correct me. It doesn't look like that good of a Lifestealer game. The Rupture is going to be annoying. You do have, I mean, that's the one good thing, is you have infest targets.
The main thing is, this puck, you don't really have people to kill, right? You go rotate and you jump on the Lifestealer. Unless you get the silence off, he'll rage, he'll run out of coil. Okay, I'm not level 25 yet. If puck goes to Timber, you're not killing. If you go on Slardar, you're most likely going to have a Shaman in that lane anyway, so it's difficult. And on top of that, you now have a carry that can just soak in the lane. You don't get pressured by Dawnbreaker. You get to infest the bomb with your Slardar, utilize that damage amp, so the damage issues you have as a hero are covered by Slardar. So I think overall it's actually a pretty good pick. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they execute.
And you forgot the most important thing. He does possess the best passive in the game, Ghoul Frenzy.
That is, I completely forgot about.
Which he's going to wait to level, of course, because things get better with time. So the longer you wait to level it, the better it becomes.
I just, why did they do that? Like,
I don't.
Lifestealer was actually like it was a weird hero. I liked Open Wounds, the concept of it, and they're like, you know what? Let's just remove the only fun spell on this hero. And new to him, and just give him 2 passives.
He does look neutered, that's for sure, just from the outside perspective. But no, you're right. He's a lot more boring now, unfortunately. But Ghoul Frenzy's very exciting for a passive, of course. A lot of slow, a lot of attack speed on top. I mean, the thing that I look for, at least historically with Lifestealer, is how many strength tiers you're going against. And there's only one. But of course, Feast it's not really a damage dealer, more so than it's a heal, essentially, for Lifestealer.
Yeah, the main thing is he will be able to just always play in the lane. Often these Dawnbreaker lanes, they eventually push out the carry. Lifestealer, one of the best carries, are always just sitting in the lane and just pushing it out, because you have Rage, the Lifestealer that you mentioned. I think the key thing will just be, can Entity get this Bloodseeker into a position where he's able to like kite out away from the Slardar initiation and then run around the fight and start taking it, because it's going to be difficult. Like they mentioned it on the panel, the Winter Wyvern, the team fight control you have there, the Shaman, the tankiness of the Timber Sword. Like this Bloodseeker, it's not going to be as simple as run for the CM or run for this hero. Like he's going to have these team fight style heroes that are going to really be a thorn in his side.
Yeah. He does have some good Rupture targets, though. I mean, all 3 cores, really, theoretically, outside of the Infest kind of saving Lifestealer. But we'll see how it goes. Could see it going either way. Of course, I mean, I would say Secret, outside of the draft, they just looked like a better team in game number 1, and I don't think that's always been the case this season.
No?
What was their head-to-head?
2-1 to Entity.
2-1 Entity, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you a lot of questions. How early was that in the DPC?
I believe it was the 25th of June. Let me double check.
What the? How do you...
25th of June, yeah, it was 25th.
What is wrong with you?
I mean, please don't ask me any other series matchups. I'm not some chess wizard. I did my prep this morning, and in the back of my mind, 25th of June, 2-1 to Entity, it was stuck in there.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Good to know. And I would say after that match, Secret has kind of come alive since then.
I thought you were going to trivia me on what was the next matchup in the score?
Would you like to list off the rest of your knowledge?
No, I'm good for now. I don't want to spoil chat so early with 2 minutes deep.
Yeah, of course. Understandable. Zayat is going to be playing the Shadow Shaman this time around as Ice gets a bash onto Pure. And, I mean, who was it? Was it you? No, it was Tsunami that brought up the idea that Secret, in this form where they have like a sacrificial position 1 with Ice, taking a little bit more farm. Do you think that is something, is that just an anomaly for that last game, or do you think it's something they can consistently try to do to make it more of their identity?
I mean, I feel like it's a trend that OG's been setting a little bit, with Amar at least. And Yuragi, like, think about the Yuragi Monkey King game he played the other day, where he naturally went from Mage Slayer, opting to be more of a vision-based Monkey King, and then he got the items later. So I think it could just be Secret looking at a team that's been very successful in the DPC and trying to like warp that playstyle into their current roster. But for sure, I'd love to see Ice have a little bit more farm priority, have a little bit more explosive plays, because we know Chrysalis can be a sacrificial utility style carry. It's what gave Creepwave and his previous team so much success, the Bloodseekers and the Razors.
Pure will get off the successful Blood Right, but Ice is just happy to trade right clicks right now. And I mean, it's been a while since I've seen, I mean, obviously we talked about this as well, but Slardar kind of enables Lifestealer, gives it that extra damage boost, gives you the vehicle for the Infest along with the Timbersaw, of course. But outside of that, I assume he's going to be their main initiator as well with a relatively quick Blink Dagger, I would assume.
Yeah, you'll probably be seeing a Mask of Madness into Blink.
Hold on, we got a Ghoul Frenzy play right here. Toby getting chased, Ghoul Frenzy connecting, Ghoul Frenzy connecting, and Ghoul Frenzy connecting, and Ghoul Frenzy connecting. First blood for Chrysalis thanks to, you said it, Ghoul Frenzy.
2 points of Ghoul Frenzy.
That's right, that's the big power spike for Lifestealer these days.
Not 1 point, 2 points.
Yeah. And Zayas, he's going to get chased in the top lane. Pure is very fast.
He did that without Ghoul Frenzy.
Yeah, it's a little bit better than Ghoul Frenzy. Oh, wait. Katami, he doesn't have much mana. Ghoul Frenzy's very powerful. But if it was level 3, he would have gotten that kill for sure.
He's missing the Oof.
Just
Oof
playing,
and Frenzy.
Just playing with his food now. As Chrysalis, I mean, it's going to be pretty cookie cutter, the Armlet Deso. And we're going to see the replay, of course, of the Ghoul Frenzy. Even the hammer, like this powerful hammer from a divine creature like Dawnbreaker can't get away from a simple passive called Ghoul Frenzy. Can you believe it?
I don't think Toby can continue playing competitive Dota after dying to
He's
Ghoul
just
Frenzy.
said Ghoul Frenzy.
He did.
Incredible.
Beautiful.
Really on the same page here.
And this is where the dominance of Timbersaw into Puck comes in. As soon as Timbersaw hits 6, you get to play inside the creep wave. You're constantly throwing out these chakrams onto the Puck, and you just don't have that fluid gameplay where Puck's like Orb and Rift. It's a little bit more annoying.
Yep, it's being hit by the Chakram here as Nisha. Gonna redirect a bit. Doesn't really have much mana to do anything more. As top lane, we're gonna see some trades. Not much coming out from each side as Ice is now the one pretty much out of mana. How much difference would you say it's made? I know it's been a while now, but as we're gonna see the Shackle to start things out. Blood Right will connect. Actually, I think he dodged it via the Nightmare. As Pure's gonna take the Crush from Ice.
1 second.
And a right click to come, but the bash is there with the Shackle to follow Ice. He's gonna block the way for Fishman, so he's gonna go back to the fountain.
Puck TP.
Yep, and Stormer. He's already at half HP, but he has the coil, and yep, the focus, of course, is on the Ice. And it will lead to a kill for Mr. Stormer.
Yeah. Overall, nice rotation. That will be the disparity in the Timbersaw Puck. Even though Timbersaw is dominating mid lane, Puck will always be able to rotate and play the map a little bit better and just overwhelm in the side lanes.
Yeah, Crystal's getting harassed pretty heavily here, but of course Puppy's got his Cold Embrace to help him, along with the Feast, which, I mean, it's not that good.
I mean, he's gotten 3 points Ghoul Frenzy.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's good on like really high HP targets, but like creeps aren't going to really heal you too much, unfortunately, for Lifestealer fans out there, the whole 2 of you.
I'm sure someone can do the math, but the additional attack speed probably does better than just having a second point in it.
Oh, he's going to get chased by this creep, and is healing inside of the creep, in fact, and doing a nice job of blocking, so Kataomi knowing what's coming for him, which is Ghoul Frenzy. But he will live, because Heavenly Jump is a good skill.
Yeah, unfortunately, Heavenly Jump isn't affected by Ghoul Frenzy, therefore is able to just run out.
Yes. All right, we got the Nightmare here, but no follow-up as of yet. Anyway, back to Slardar. Do you expect like a blink right away after the treads? Or do you think he's going to go a little bit more greedy?
If he was role-playing Amar, he'd go Mask of Madness, treads, into then blink.
Look at this slow.
Go on, you can say it one more time.
Arctic Burn and Ghoul Frenzy doing absolute work against Toby. Puppy gets credit for that one, though.
Yeah, I'd like to probably see Mask of Madness, treads. It's not as if when you buy Blink, you're not going, all right, let's go kill at minute 12. So I feel he should be a little bit greedier, keep himself in the game, because Slardar is the type of hero that you always need to go. If I buy Blink, I need kills. If I don't, there's no comeback mechanism. You don't really farm that effectively. Sure, with Shard, you might be able to get some creeps, but Midas or Mask of Madness was the main option back in the day. Mask of Madness was one popularized by pro players, mainly Amar. So yeah, I'd love to see Mask of Madness secure his game.
Those are always very exciting to watch. I mean, the only weird thing about that is you have a Lifestealer that's farming a lot this time. I guess the Timbersaw is not exactly the normal Nisha, like, puck that's going to be taking a ton of farm necessarily.
The main thing is Secret's picked 3 cores that, in their own right, can just AFK their lanes. There's not a single hero that goes, I need to go jungle, I need to do anything. Same with the supports, like they can just happily play stuck in the jungle, chilling around. So I think Secret, there's not this traditional need to try and supplement the farm elsewhere. They can just exist. Existing's really cool.
It is. Toby's going to get right click a bit, but not going to pursue any further, it looks like. Stormstormer takes some damage from Nisha in the meantime. Not going for the... I mean, it's not even a 10-minute rune right now, so just going into the enemy jungle. He's going to dodge 1 proc of that Arctic Burn. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be interested to see as Zayat's the Hex into the Shackle. The Illusory Orb is down, and Nisha with his Chakram. That is a nice little pincer move there from Secret. End up getting a very valuable kill onto Stormstormer.
And Fishman, in the meantime, he's walked aggressively into Triangle to start getting some deep vision out. But there's already some preemptive sentries to allow the stacks being made. So this vision's going to get quickly dewarded.
And you're right, it will be the Mask of Madness for Ice Ice Ice, so going to be playing the...
Oh, I didn't see a ward.
Okay.
Oh no, he's too focused on the stacking of the camps.
Well, you would be too if Puppy's screaming at you.
That is true.
Stack the camps!
It would be very funny if there was a pro player that was that micromanaging. You stack, you use orb, you use push. Oh god, can't even speak.
It would be a robot. I mean, that's how. That's the funny thing is, if we allowed coaches during the game, that's kind of what it would be like.
That coach would get kicked so quickly.
I don't think so, because you'd have a macro, right? So that if you're talking to somebody, only they will hear. That's the way you would set it up.
So I can just like...
So it's like you're playing a little baby piano.
Oh, I can comfort the 07's Crystal Maiden. Don't worry, boss.
Like, Puppy, you're doing great. And then you talk to somebody and he's not doing so good, guys. You got to make up for his god-awful play right now.
Oh my god, Puppy, you tanked so many deaths. You are literally the reason we have not lost this game yet. Guys, he just keep feeding.
That sounds like a cool concept. Honestly, that makes me want to see coaches in Dota 2. I'm not going to lie. As we're going to see Serpent Wards placed by Zayat in the top lane along with this Siege. So it's going to force out the fortification, but a ton of damage will come if Entity is not going to come defend. And it looks like they will be.
But they're coming to kill off a solo Shaman.
Yeah, that might not be worth... As he's focusing the wards right now to kill off the extra creeps, and you can see Entity looking for a bigger target. But the Rupture will be reserved for Zayats instead. Oh, the Nightmare, and they have Grip available, so this is almost certainly going to force some TPs as Nisha coming in. Gets the Grip off. Of course, no way to actually cancel this, and that is a lot of damage to Ice Ice Ice, so a nice kill overall from Toby getting in there with his ultimate. But Chrysalis has come to play as Pure was the original target, looking to get the Infest off. He's going to use to give that little extra HP to Nisha, but... Nice 2 kills there from Entity. I thought they were only going to get the Shadow Shaman, so they ended up getting a nice kill onto Ice Ice Ice.
Yeah, he has 3 points in Nightmare, so really able to just connect from a distance. But this is going to be the big disparity right now. It's Entity, their lineup. They are more hungry to find these earlier kills. We mentioned already, Lifestealer doesn't really do the damage. Slardar as well. Once you get items, you can come online like Mask of Madness and Blink. If you're being proactive, you feel good. If you're getting ran at, not so much. So Secret, they need to kind of be mindful of that, push out the lanes. And I really like the idea of Shaman like 1v1ing this tier 1 tower, because traditionally you have heroes behind. But the fact that they were forcing TPs after killing the Slardar, probably not the most optimal play, but yeah, Entity, they need to try and connect some of these earlier fights at least.
And we have a Rupture onto Chrysalis, this time with no Infest to save him, but you can see Ice 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 waiting in the backside here. So Pure's not going to end up going any further. I mean, whose shoes would you rather be in right now, based on the game state?
I just feel like I'd rather be in Secret shoes, just because I see heroes that will eventually scale perfectly into the game.
As you see, Stormstormer get hit by the curse from Puppy, but no real follow-up other than Nisha coming into the river, but I doubt he's going to be able to do much here. Fishman just with the casual Nightmare. So essentially what you're saying is they have these heroes that are playing, like, especially with the itemization that they're choosing, a little bit greedy, and they're getting away with it.
Yeah, the fact that there isn't this... Again, it's really hard to kill these heroes, but the fact that their Entity isn't being super aggressive, you're seeing Secret slowly kind of get to the point where they can be so aggressive contesting Roshan.
Oh, this would be a big kill. He gets the Rage off, so that's going to mitigate some of the damage. But you can see that nobody is even remotely close. He's got to turn his sights onto Stormstormer, doing a lot of damage. The Nightmare actually saves him temporarily. But Crystallis is found in the end. But this opens up Secret to be able to put their Serpent Wards on the mid tower.
Yeah, really good pickup on the Lifestealer. They need to kind of chain that a couple more times. If the Lifestealer ever falls behind an item or two, that's when the game will feel difficult, because the rest of Secret will want to look for a fight, but Lifestealer, he pops out of his infest like, what you got? You got like an armlet. And the Timbersaw Shaman combination, it's a very classic combination. Timbersaw always will be able to get the creep wave to the tower, but can't really hit the tower. So Shaman just helps offset that a lot. And already they've taken 2 tier 1s compared to Entity's 0.
That's right. But the game is even net worth
Very
wise, so I think Entity in some regard is going to be happy with that.
Yeah. Disparity is simply the farming efficiency of Bloodseeker compared to Lifestealer. Again, Lifestealer, he's gone for the armlet, looking to... If he actually does that, then this is the most utility Lifestealer I've seen in a long time. Let's have a look at his quick buy.
Okay. BKB's second item. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen that, actually. That's, wow. That feels bad, actually. Just looking at that makes me feel awful. But like you said, if he can survive, and as long as Ice is able to kind of take off with this build of his, then things will look pretty good for Secret, as he does have Mask of Madness now with the double bracer to make up for that minus armor that he gets from activating it.
I will say that the later BKB, especially against heroes like Zeus and stuff, you walk high ground, Rage isn't good enough at later portion of the game. So I can respect the later BKB, but the fact it's second item potentially, it is ludicrous. He's putting so much emphasis on I infest, I kill with Slaughter. He's not playing like an independent Lifestealer game.
Right. Yep, Nisha chasing out Katami, gets to the river, but doesn't look like anybody's coming for him, so this should be a kill eventually. As another grip finds Crystallis.
He's so far up.
Yeah, that's the second death for him.
And these are some good tips as well. Crystallis knows he's been out of position twice in our farming this area. These tips will push him deep back into the jungle.
It'll push him deep into a hole mentally, as we're seeing the Serpent Wards being used to take out Roche, but it's going to be scouted by Stormstormer. It's going to be a fast one thanks to the Corrosive Haze. Curse is going to buy them a little bit of time, but Roche isn't low enough yet. Puck could potentially get back in there as Fishman actually jumps in. He gets bursted down as Nisha ends up getting the Roche and the Aegis. It looks like Stormstormer trying to finish off Puppey. He gets it with the help of that Thunder God's Wrath. As Ice looks to be ruptured, but Nisha just focusing on Toby on the backside. As Pure looks to be taking an Ice in turn, but a nice stun onto the Puck. We see the Blood Right coming in, will finally cancel and actually gets the kill onto Zayat. As Pure, staying alive, has so much move speed, but the burst damage coming in from Nisha. That ends up being a 3 for 3, but again, the Roche goes the way of Secret.
Yeah, and just Nisha, always able to kind of select the correct hero to get his spells, and just like, he sits on the Dawn. He then gets a really nice Timber Chain back across the fight to help out, and I think Zayat's his positioning and just really kind of kept Slaughter alive long enough to bait the Bloodseeker to stay in the fight long enough to give Nisha time to go from the far right-hand side all the way back to the left-hand side. Yeah, Lifestealer, the fact that Secret did that whilst Lifestealer was dead, that is really respecting the fact that they're trying to do it quickly, right? Corrosive Haze, the Serpent Wards. Of course, Winter's Curse doesn't last too long. You're respecting Fishman going through it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that Puppey and company were not expecting him to be able to get through there, but
this is the main part, right? You see Nisha already preventing Dawnbreaker getting into the fight, and then here, Zayat, he's already pre-hexing the Puck. He's just kind of keeping them here, and Crystallis finally respawns, applies that Ghoul Frenzy.
Yeah, it's hard to get away from Ghoul Frenzy.
It's really difficult to get away from Ghoul Frenzy, and yeah, kill off Bloodseeker. And look at him, he's like, thanks, Ghoul Frenzy.
Nisha, he smiles a lot during these matches. Of course, they've had a lot of success recently, but it's good to see.
I mean, he's popping off. Like,
I mean, we've seen people popping off and they have zero reaction.
But that's because
you're dead inside.
Like, when you're a team who succeeds and you continue succeeding, sometimes you can get to a point of it's just another day in the office. Secret, they've not been too good recently. So finally, they're getting that taste of victory. Wait a second, we're kind of playing like we could do well at LANs again, you know? That's the emotion coming through.
Okay.
Like, when you see Nigma, you see Miracle and Sumo, every time they kill a Div 2 player, they're smiling like they won bloody TI. It's because they're having fun.
Well, that's the thing. When they won TI, they weren't really smiling either. That's
true. point, actually. Why are they more happy
He was
now?
wearing a neck pillow and just
Very comfortable.
completely no reaction, just standing there. Of course, most of it was probably shock, if we're being honest.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Because overnight they became millionaires, which is the way of Dota. You're either, you can't pay the rent or you're a millionaire. Nothing much in between. Puppy knows all about that. As you see, Nisha trying to get himself to the major with this potential game victory for Secret. As Puppy's going to be found in the trees, he gets ruptured and coiled. So 2 ults expended for him. And he's going to be calling out to his team, hey guys, I just made some space, 2 ults down.
The
Go to
coach
town
joined
on
the
him.
Discord. Don't worry, Puppy, you're doing
Great job.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Nisha, he's going to get nightmared. Fishman has the Fiend's Grip available, as Nisha's going to make some space in the trees here, but Chrysalis jumps in with the help of Ice, the Infest Bomb, and Toby actually ults on top of himself with that BKB activated. Starbreaker to follow, and Chrysalis is dead again. Nisha, in the meantime, somehow doesn't hit a tree and all that. Fishman is going to be able to jump to the other side of the trees. He's going to get chopped down by Nisha and eventually brought down to his knees. So after all that, a great initiation from Secret. It's still a 3 for 2. They do find the puck, thankfully, for Secret, but, I mean, Entity can't be too sad about that.
I'm very happy as well. You look at Chrysalis quick, but he's not going for the BKB. He is just going for the Desolator.
Okay,
And
I was going to say maybe Lincoln's at this point. My goodness.
But you can see Secret's style of play there, right? The Timber sits in front of the tower, the Shaman try taking the tower with the wards, and then Slardar, Lifestealer, they're explosive. They killed off the puck. That's amazing, but they're in such an aggressive position. The Solar Guardian, the chip damage, it just whittled them down too quickly, and they weren't able to just sustain and stay through. But that will change when BKBs is completed on Slardar, again, very far away. And also the speed in which Chrysalis can kill heroes once he picks up the Deso as well. But very much really nice fight from Entity there to recover after the puck just disappeared in a matter of seconds.
Yep. And I believe that was the blink reveal as well from Ice. But unfortunately for Secret, not able to get a clean fight out of it. But they will get a clean kill on Katami here in the bot lane instead. And you can see Nisha with the hood, Lotus, SNK, and
Yeah, I really like his quick bite. The fact that he's thinking about this Hex already, you just need additional lockdown to the puck. And if the Bloodseeker tries to get in your face without BKB, you can lock him down and just help your team. Like, you can't rely on Slardar having to initiate on every hero. Slardar's very much I jump on one hero, we kill him, and then you try and like run to the next engagement. You're not as quick as other offlaners from moving around the fights.
Dire's bottom
so now Crystallize actually does damage with the Deso. And he does have Lincolns.
Crystallize is the Eastern European player. This is Crystalis.
Whatever. Crystalis.
I'm just thinking of the
Crystallize.
brand Secret. If they want to sue you, if I don't correct you now, they could sue both of
Dire's
us.
bottom
Yeah, I'm sure Secret's going to sue over that. So, Poopy,
They're millionaires.
very, very big money on his side, Poopy.
Yep. Not really shitting himself in this game. He's only 1 and 2.
What if I say Ice and don't complete the trifecta? Is that also incorrect?
I don't know how you're going to be able to continue a casting career at this rate.
Entity is smoke. I've been asking myself that for years now. They're going to smoke up and maneuver themselves around in the Radiant jungle. Looks like a bit of a warding expedition maybe, but
They have a lot of
Buddy.
deep wards at the bottom of the jungle. They don't really have anything top side of the triangle for their smoke.
Radiant's middle
Unless there was a hero already hit, it's really hard to connect on. And that's why you see Secret just naturally shifting away from that area. They don't really have any observers down there anyway, so there's no point to play there. Nice D ward though, at this late of the game. Quite hard to find those wards.
and we see the Infest Bomb. Ice. He's got a Deso boy inside of him.
And a DD on top of him.
Yep. They probably wish that Crystalis had that on him. Now I'm going to say Crystallize. I guess I was already. I don't know.
You
I said it once, maybe. Ice. Oh, they find Pure. The bash is there as well, but he's going to get Nightmare save for the time being. Pops the BKB. Gets the Rupture onto Ice, who's just dead. The save from Puppy is just not enough, and Crystallize's damage. I said it again, Crystallize, god damn it, T! Toby is trying to turn this around with the BKB. It's a 3-0 turnaround for Entity. And the Nightmare into the Bloodright setup. And Nisha, it looks like he's just dead. Double kill for Katami of all heroes.
And we have to see a replay of that. Fishman on his Bane, 100% coming in clutch. The Nightmare, the grip, they're just keeping Bloodseeker alive, buying him enough time to then BKB and disengage from the fight, then turn it around. Secret in no way were they ready, and did they expect not be able to blow up the Bloodseeker inside the Infest, Deso, and then Corrosive Haze combination. So yeah, mad props to Bane there, and the speed in which he turned around that fight.
Yeah, and that, I mean, that's a pretty big turnaround. Secret had about a 1K lead at that point. Right now, Entity at 2. Probably get a little bit more as Nisha is still dead in the fountain.
He's going to be dead for a long time.
Yeah.
He was level 22 at minute 23. Like, he's going to be out.
First world problems, in other words?
Pretty much.
What is he, did he actually finish the Hex? He's still on the way, so 2K into the Hex right now. And I mean, you just feel like these Infest bombs, I mean, they're perfectly executed. They just don't, it's just not enough damage right now.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd argue that you need to have BKB on Slardar so that Bane can't feel like he can Nightmare the Slardar and always grip the Lifestealer. Once both have magic immunity, you'll only be able to deal with one, and naturally you'd say that the other should be able to at least put the Bloodseeker to a low enough HP that he can't stay in the fight. But also, it was very much not a sloppy fight, but they thought they had the damage, so they initiated, but the rest of Secret couldn't also follow up, right? Like the Wyvern, he was just throwing out a random curse. Like there wasn't this extra layers of damage to also complement the initiation. It also was like a 3-man smoke, to be fair. It wasn't like all 5 were looking for that fight.
Yeah, true. Entity were just in the triangle area already. As we can see, the BKB for Ice is still a full recipe away. Not sure if they're gonna wait for it, but we'll see. As you can see that Puppey has bought a smoke, as Roche number 2 is available for the taking.
Yeah, with Secret's lineup, they want to try and sneak it away. Entity, they just scouted it out, but the high ground ward doesn't actually show how they entered pit. This ward is actually kind of baiting Entity.
Damn. Who gets the shard? It better be Ice, because this shard is great. He actually consumes it. I love this shard, by the way.
It's very good. You can start clearing some waves quite nicely.
Slithering Crush applies an ult, Corrosive Haze, for 5 seconds. It is quite... Wait, it actually... Doesn't it do something else? Doesn't it lower the cooldown of Crush, or no?
No.
It used to, I think.
It just gives a bit more radius, boss. That's it.
It gives it a bit more... Oh, it increases the radius.
Yeah, but
okay, that's still really good. As Zayats is the one infested. What did I miss? I was looking at tooltips here. Is this the new Infest bomb? He doesn't trust Ice anymore?
I think he's lost a little bit of faith in him, that's for sure.
Yeah. Unfortunate for him. Stormstormer is spotted by Nisha and vice versa.
Can I just say though, go back to the Roshan pit.
You're gonna have to hold that horse.
Well, you're gonna
have to hold that horse, young man.
Holding the horse.
Zayats. Oh, they do get the Hex. Dawnbreaker ult coming in, those. Crystallis focusing on Fishman. He'll get it, but it's going to be the trade for the Rasta. So 1 for 1 is the Rupture now onto Nisha, attempting to TP out, but he gets coiled and bashed with that Thunder God's Wrath to follow, but a nice Cold Embrace slash ult from Puppey, keeping everybody at bay, but Nisha does end up falling here. And now Pure getting chased by Crystallis, but the Nimbus is covering him. And Ice getting some nice stun lock onto Toby. There's a lot of trades coming out as Zayats, he bought back for this. He's going to be safe, so no dieback this time.
Instant smoke though, they need to look for the kills.
Yep, Katami gets out.
And Bloodseeker the entire time running around with like 700, 800 move speed. Everyone on Secret was so low that allowed Bloodseeker just to disengage. Lifestealer just can't be kited.
Yeah. I mean, they're really missing a Basher or an Abyssal Blade on Crystallis.
Or double Moonshot Slardar with the right click just to be able to lock him down.
Which is basically, yeah.
It's very close, yeah.
Very good. Fishman, he gets off the Nightmare, but he's going to get Serpent Ward trapped. You can see the Nimbus being used, though. Look at that burst damage coming in from the puck as well. Already 1 dead, and that's Zayats essentially his dieback. Golden Embrace be placed on Crystallis for now as the BKB kind of wasted from Ice, it feels like. He's going to infest it, and it looks like Secret are now on the run. The Rupture, though, that is on Ice. The Aegis has now been consumed, and you can see that Crystallis is left all alone here, so he will go down yet again. That is death number 5. He is 1, 5, and 6 on this Lifestealer.
really hard for him to connect into the fights, and it's mainly because Lifesteal is a hero that you need your team to get you to the fight, pretty much. If you don't have that mechanism, just watching everyone run around. And in the 1v1 matchup of Bloodseeker Lifestealer, you've seen in the last 2 fights, Bloodseeker zooms around, just kind of waits and enters when he wants, and Lifestealer is like, if he's dropped off in the wrong position, he can't do anything. His rage expired, he's walking away. Yeah, Secret trying to play super aggressive in the enemy jungle, but then just eventually getting ran down.
But still, Entity, it's only a 3K lead.
It is. It's a very close game.
Nothing substantial as of yet. And, I mean, the bad news for Secret is they've gotten 2 Roches, and it hasn't really amounted to much.
Yeah.
But the good news, of course, is they will continue to have the better Roche-killing team. Takes them sub 10 seconds.
Yeah, the thing for Secret is their draft will always have strength in this game, even if they're behind, just because you have the instant initiation of Shaman, and Lifestealer Slaughter will be able to 100 to 0 heroes throughout the game. It's just, they need to lock them down long enough. So if Secret is on the back foot playing defensive by towers and vision, Entity could easily just get blown up, right? And it goes to the flip side. When Secret's aggressive, running into the Zeus, the ult, the Nimbus, the Puck, the elusiveness, if you don't instantly catch them, you just get, tickled all the way down to death. So yeah, both lineups are really going to be able to play from behind.
How do you get tickled to death? How does that happen exactly?
I mean, so like friction, and then you get sore, and then just think about it. I can't go into detail. We're streaming here.
Please continue.
Okay, so once you
Nice small talk there, Tika.
get me out. Can you be tickled to death? All right, let's
You're
Google
actually
it.
Googling this as the AC is picked up onto the Dawnbreaker now, and instantly the sheep stick for Mr. Nisha. And you can see that puppy is taken out.
Short answer, yes, you can be tickled to death.
Okay, interesting. Can you bring up a video by any chance? So that actually cost them a Coil, Thunder God's Wrath, Nimbus, to kill off position 5 Wyvern, who's going to be up in 40 seconds. That's a decent amount used.
Yeah.
For a puppy kill.
Is that what you're telling him on the coach Discord call again, or what? It's the running bit of this
You're doing
game.
great,
for sure.
puppy. You're doing great.
Keep it up, boss.
Please don't fire me. Pure is going to be able to get the tier 2 in the bot lane, and looks like he has Scotty at base. So that's going to be very nice against Lifestealer and Timbersaw because of that extra regen that usually comes through their respective skills.
And every item Bloodseeker's bought has scaled into being aggressive. When you compare that to the Lifestealer, he's gone for the Armlet. Deso is quite aggressive, but then he's going for the Lincolns because he's afraid of, like the Rupture, for example, the Grip. And my fear is simply, will Lifestealer even do the damage, even if he doesn't get gripped anymore? All
right, Rupture onto Nisha, Nimbus on top, but he's on the high ground, so Chrysalis and company should be able to take out Nimbus for that extra juicy amount of gold.
125, yeah, a lot
Not bad. I mean, Lincoln's is pretty close on the Lifestealers. Ice is infested now, so they're looking for a little pick off here, but I think they're spotted. They're not really smoked up or anything.
I think neither team has a single ward on the map right now.
Cool. Now the infest is down, and this means Entity will smoke.
No one on Secret really showing on any lanes other than the Lifestealer. So you still see Entity can be very careful with their movements, even though they're smoked up. If they saw someone maybe mid or bot for sure, they'd have instantly run through like the jungle. But they are respecting that potential smoke or aggressive positioning from Secret.
Yeah, so the smoke not going to lead to aggression. I say that, but there's the coil. It's going to be all for a roster, though. 50 seconds with no Zayats.
You got Puppy too?
Puppy, he's ruptured. Cold Embraces himself, getting bashed inside the Cold Embrace. And he's going to be brought down. So both supports for Secret dead for 40 plus seconds. As the Lincoln's now online for Crystallis. So still no real I mean, you can look at his net worth on the left side. It is not anything special. So when he pops out of this Slardar, you're expecting a lot, but nothing really comes.
He's 1,000 gold away from being taken over from the position for Zeus.
Yeah, that's not good.
The Zeus, he's got Ags, Aetherens, Blink. Soon going for a refresher after that.
And it's interesting. I've been looking at the builds, what they want to go for. Crystal has had the Nullifier queued up, but considering how his game is going, Ice is like, just let me do it. So now he's going for that instead because he's actually getting some farm. So you can tell that they're at least communicating on that front.
Yeah, I feel like if you're Chrysalis, you just need to apply
Scanning.
something. Once you jump out, a clutch bash on the BKB or the Bloodseeker, you sync it with the bashes of the Slaughter. Like, that could be enough lockdown alone to keep the Bloodseeker contained and kill off, or even the Puck to some degree.
So Nullifier, when that's picked up, what are we talking about? Eon Discs, the Nightmare, what else?
4 staffs.
Yeah, 4 staffs. I don't know if anybody has a...
They actually don't have a 4 staff right now.
Okay. Do they even have Eon?
You actually is really good against Bloodseeker as well, because you remove the Blood Rage.
Oh, that's
in
true.
In doing so, removes the upgrade of the Shard. So you're taking away a lot of his additional bonuses.
I like that.
You also... Yeah, that's it.
And we're going to see another Infest Bomb attempt, which, again, these have not been successful so far for Secret. But this could be a really crucial part of the game, because this is 6k lead for Entity, and if Secret are able to get a kill or two, Roshan will be up in 15 seconds.
Smoke on smoke action. Whoever wins this fight will get the Aegis. DD in bot lane.
Oh, that's a juicy one.
Very
Ice,
juicy.
Ice, Ice, I would... Never mind. Nisha is the action. There's no way, right? Crystallis is... Okay, that's actually surprising. So the Infest Bomb capabilities are out the window, but there's the Scout out. Stormstormer comes in deep, gets off the coil onto 2, as Zayat's getting saved by Puppey, and there you can see the ult from Puppey, but Pure just walks away with the BKB. A full duration grip now onto Nisha, keeping him at bay. Zayat's is dead. That's the one casualty thus far. And Fishman, all right, he's the trade, so 1 for 1. As Crystallis with that double damage they seem to be scared of. And Talmi's getting out, and it is just 1 kill. We'll see if they try to go for Roche, but they're going to still try to be annoying here. Stormstormer is. And into the pit, Secret potentially goes. Or maybe not.
Just the fact that every fight from Entity is a Zeus ult, you see all the heroes, you put enough damage out that Bloodseeker starts getting a little bit happy.
Oh my god, Puppey.
he
Puppey's
just
getting
again?
gone in his own triangle right now. He gets off the Cold Embrace, but it's not enough. Stormstormer with the snipe of a lifetime. So Zayat is back, but Puppey down for 40.
He's dicing with death here. He's playing into a Hex, the Shaman Hex as well.
Yeah.
The fact that he's playing with this much confidence,
The Lincoln certainly helps, though.
Sure.
I mean, if you got quick fingers like that, it's going to be pretty difficult to get 2 spells simultaneously that both disable. And it's all about this next Roshan. Roche number 3, which is a refresher shard. No Aghanims, which is sad. Because I would love to see Slardar Aghanim. Gracious me, oh my. I mean, even if... I'm wondering if Dawnbreaker's going to go Aghs at any point, because it's actually a pretty good game against the Slardar and Lifestealer, who are nowhere near an MKB. 60% evasion's pretty damn good.
It will be good, but I feel like Secret hasn't presented a initiation that's forced Toby to think, I might need this to help my team. The Entity's played the map so well that this Slaughter has not been able to find these initiations. This Lifestealer's being kited out. And I was mentioning it for that previous fight. Zeus ult into Puck initiation, that puts enough heroes at low HP that Bloodseeker's already entering the fight, zooming around.
Yeah. Well, that was an interesting pause as Nisha gets ruptured. He's Lincoln's right now.
Is under attack.
Tactical pause, question mark? That was, yeah, he doesn't have the 25 talent quite yet on the Bloodseeker, so no double rupture. But into the pit they go, and we've seen how fast... I mean, he's already at half HP. Good lord!
They have division. They know they're
This
doing
is
it.
ridiculous.
They just can't contest it.
They can't. They're going to get off the Zeus ult, and the grip inside the pit. He's taken the Aegis. I believe they got the Refresher Shard as well. As there is the ult onto Stormstormer. But they're going to have a hard time locking him down. BKB popped on Nisha, as, again, the Aegis is already taken out. And we'll see if Secret want to continue here. The cheese still available on Crystallis. He has the shard in his backpack as well. He's got to pop that rage, trying to turn this around onto Pure. He's just not doing any damage inside of this Nimbus. He's going to get bashed up. He eats the cheese. There's the Cold Embrace. That's the lockdown onto Puck. They really need some extra right-click damage, but it's just not enough, as Crystallis was disabled that entire time, as now he's going to get chased, trying to armlet toggle. We'll get the Infest off. And Ice 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 and company want to try to turn this around, but the Rupture is going to be placed onto Puppey as Ice 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 jumps in with that BKB, getting the bashes off, and that is enough to take out the Bloodseeker. First death in quite a while, it seems, as Toby with that BKB, the hammer onto the high ground. Going to continue to get chased by Nisha, who's running a bit low on mana, but Ice is in the area. He gets the crush, and they're going to get the kill. So after all of that, it finally looks pretty decent for Secret, but they do lose Aegis, they lose Cheese.
And Puppy once again.
Puppy getting sniped again. All right, and the Coil is going to keep them at bay. I have to say that Stormer has played quite a great game on this puck. It's been really annoying, as it continues to be apparently, on the high ground. They just don't have enough lockdown.
Yeah, that entire fight.
Oh, but they're going to try.
Just keeps going.
They're going to try. Stormer, he cancels the blink. They don't know he's infested, though, necessarily. But they know that Zayat is in the area. Very tense moment here. A lot of D-ward action going on.
Fake ultimate, too, from Zeus.
Yep, very important to state that he faked his ultimate.
Thank you. It's not a cooldown, is it?
Is there a fake ultimate that you enjoy the sound of most?
Is that...
One comes to mind for me.
It's Pango ultimate, but
Oh,
only in an arena with a live crowd. Because you hear the bait, the
Okay.
Close second, Treant Protector Overgrowth.
Wow.
Very base.
Okay.
Very base.
I think there's one even more basey than that. The ultimate bass. Chaotic Offering, my friend.
Oh,
That's a deep drum.
that's true.
Very deep. Your hand is inside the drum itself. It's so deep.
Kind of annoyed that I didn't think of that one.
6K lead for Entity. As Chrysalis is gonna get his channeling canceled thanks to the Nimbus.
And going back to that previous fight, Secret eventually was able to find victory in it. They got onto the Bloodseeker, locking him down with the bashes, a buyback of Slaughter. The net worth swing was around about 2.5K towards Secret. Yeah, no, look at that little whoop, back up. But the main thing is, Secret, they struggle so much in getting this Lifestealer to apply any right click. This isn't a game where you've shifted farm priority to Ice and he scaled into the game. You've now got...
No way. No way is he going Ags.
Oh my God.
No way. This is... Oh my God. It's such a... Ugh. Vomited a little in my mouth here. Tried this so many times. It's not really meant for damage. You get HP super fast. The range is really good on Infest, and it disarms, which is, you know, theoretically very good against Bloodseeker.
Is that his plan? Just to jump inside Bloodseeker? You're a better carry than me right now. Let me just hug you.
I don't really know. It's gonna be... I hope he goes for it because I need to see this. I've seen it in games like...
The thing is, I wouldn't have been opposed to it if Ice had like an extra 7K gold to his name. If we could argue Slaughter was the carry, Lifestealer could do whatever he wants, right? He's just the Infest Bomb, Desperate Application, a couple right clicks. But
right.
I would argue that it could also be quite a hefty grief. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I was pretty confident he was going to go for Abyssal. Obviously, it's quite expensive, but he does have the Basher already, so...
I mean, he's already baited us with the BKB at minute 7.
He's changed his item. I mean, I'm going to say he's going to change this eventually. I think every time he's queued something up, his teammates have looked at it and he's like, no. Puppy's like, no.
There's not really an item that feels good, though, right now in this game.
But Aghanims does, apparently. I think...
No, I just mean, okay, even... Sure, the Axe is there, but, like, think about any of these bigger ticket items. Halberd against a Bloodseeker, again, it's too cheap. Doesn't feel good.
Oh, we got the Crush initiation. Wait, what?
Phase shifted.
How did he phase shift the Crush? That was so quick. Gracious. Here, BKB go off for Zayat of all heroes. And Fishman getting quite low. He's going to get bursted down eventually. And there's the ult coming out from Puppy again onto 2. The focus is on Bloodseeker, I'm sure. He's already at half HP, getting bursted down from full 2-0. Big fight for Secret, as even the puck is taken out and buys back in the game. Toby forced to get out of dodge. They have the control, though. And Toby, he's going to stay alive a little bit longer, but there's the Basher coming in from Chrysalis. And that was a gigantic fight for Secret. Great opening by Zayat.
And a little quick bit of tip analysis there. Of course, Fishman earlier tipped Chrysalis after Chrysalis made a couple of questionable Lifestealer plays. Therefore, Zayat's now coming in clutch, returning the favor, helping out his boy Lifestealer by tipping Fishman right back at you. Teamwork from Secret. The last 2 fights have been instrumental on their ability to team fight together. And Zayat was leading from the charge in that previous fight with the perfect lockdown of both Puck and then Bloodseeker.
I'm going to see a replay here. And Ice with the Moon Shard. He's attacking quite fast, but this was the dodge of the Crush. Wait. Oh wait, is it just the status resist?
Yeah, he got hit by the crush, but was able to.
Okay.
To yeet
The
out.
status resist is
Yeah, that's a bit of Kaya Sanj action.
better than I thought.
Just a hefty 20%, of course.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody had gone for Abyssal, well, I guess he has the Lincoln Sphere, so still pretty
Stop harping on
difficult.
about the Abyssal, right?
I want Abyssal Blade!
Do you not want to see Ags?
Secret? That's true. I do want to see Axe.
He's going AC instead. The game's got a bit
Oh, no. Why would you do this to me? Why play with my emotions? But we see the Flamethrower. Nightmare's not going to do too much against that. And this is going to be a tier 4 tower in favor of Secret. 10 seconds on Bloodseeker's life, and you see the buyback is available for the Dawnbreaker. Fortification does activate. They're probably going to try to get this melee and run. And there you see the Infest, and Nisha is out of there. So Secret, big fight turns into a melee Rax in the mid lane, as Nisha just showing the extent of the range of the Timber Chain, not actually going for the mobility.
Okay, we've not really mentioned Puppy's itemization too much in this game, but he went for the early locket to help the Cold Embrace additional heal, then the Aeon Disc, which has kind of been popped a lot of times, not really been the most like, wow. But the casual Hood, he literally bought all the components for Hood at nearly 40 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
He is so annoyed about Puck just coming in and soloing him.
Can't blame him.
Some might argue the Glimmer could be a better option, but it's alright. He's gone for innate tankiness. Tankiness over time, over tankiness in an instant.
Right. As we have a smoke on both sides now. And this next fight could potentially be the game for either side, really. Such a close game.
And now that the base is exposed for Entity Secret, if they win the fight, they can just look to walk down the lane. They have Shaman, they have Deso.
Another smoke from Entity as they're going to run into Secret in just a moment. There's the Thunder God's Wrath to give some vision. Nisha gets nightmared, but we can see a big coil here as Dawnbreaker comes in with his ultimate, but Ice is just bashing the crap out of Toby, and he's just dead. Nisha, though, on the other side, ends up getting soloed, completely isolated from the rest of his team. So that's a Dawnbreaker for Timber, and I think Entity will be fine with that exchange. But again, you can see Nisha does have buyback.
Yeah, it all started. He got hit by a Nightmare, then clipped by the Blood Right, and then just a lot of right-clicking from the Bloodseeker. A couple bashes here, a bolt there, and just a lot of damage over time. So much focus was on this Dawnbreaker that, yeah, Nisha, a rare moment where you'd argue, a little bit out of position.
How many deaths does he have, T?
3.
We're at 3.
We're at 3.
We're
Run
at
away.
3.
Just to give some context, in all the games that he's played previously, the last time he lost was with 4 deaths plus. So
That's right.
he's on like 7 or 8 games where he's not died more than 3 times.
Having said that, Ice has not looked like a carry in any of those games, that I remember at least.
He is the offlaner, that is correct.
He is looking like a carry this game.
Slowly becoming one, correct?
Yes, as Nullifier is able to be purchased for Chrysalis, but he won't, I don't believe he'll have buyback with it. Yeah, so just needs a few hundred more gold.
I love this item from Slada. He's gone for the Moonshot, of course, to get the bashes in, and he's got an MKB after to eat for the evasion.
Okay.
Ah, Puppy, he's gonna die
he's
again.
dead. It'll cost them a Nimbus as well as a Rupture.
And a gem.
Okay.
Gives away the gem.
And Thunder Gods, actually. And I believe that was actually the Refresher used by Zeus as well. So that's some major cooldowns just for a Wyvern.
It's a very difficult game, though, for Wyvern and for Shaman. Every single time there's a essence of a fight, there's a Zeus ult into instantly Punk jumping on top of them. And for the first time, Entity might be able to get their Aegis themselves.
Yeah, there's an Aghanim Scepter. This is Roche number 4. Of course, you can see Puppy has buyback, so theoretically Secret can try to contest this, but it doesn't look like they're going to be in range. But there's the Infest Bomb. It's not quite enough to get the burst initially. As, again, Pure is just continuing to take out Roche. In the meantime, he's going to be able to get everything from inside, as it looks like Ice is just going to get bashed to death inside those Serpent Wards. Double buyback from Secret. One on Bane as well, as Chrysalis getting focused. Dawnbreaker, Solar Guardian will connect fully. Looking for the Starbreaker to finish him off. It will be there. Double kill for Toby. You can see Puppy, despite buying back, is going to pop that Hood. Actually saved his life for the time being. Lets him put off a couple more spells as Zayas finally drops to the deck. So 99 seconds of no buyback for both supports on Secret. As Nisha getting bashed up in the meantime, he does have a buyback, which you can see Chrysalis has already used. And Grip being used to full effect again.
He's a dieback.
As Secret are likely going to lose this game off the fight that we just saw. Triple kill for Stormer and Entity have taken complete control of this game.
A rare moment. Secret just don't think about the Roshan. They move across the entire map, very split, and in doing so, it gives Entity that window, just go straight in. It's Nisha versus the world.
Yep.
The rest of Secret's dead for like a minute plus on everyone.
And Nisha, he's going to have a heart. I mean, he has 4 deaths, so he's already hit his limit.
You want to call it now?
Ready to tap out. Of course, the building damage from Entity is not the craziest.
It's about to be. They're about to take everything.
Yeah, they're going to get...
Oh, this, and then maybe even look at the tier 4s.
I think they go Throne here.
Yeah, exactly.
They know that the diebacks have come through. Probably going to take out some of these buildings in the meantime just so that the creeps can kind of tank a little bit of it. They can see a lot of damage. My god, the double chakram from Nisha. He has the Aghanim Scepter. He's going to get coiled, though, and ruptured. Starbreaker to follow. Do they have the control? Yes. Dieback from him. Death number 5 as Secret have nobody alive for quite some time. As GGs are called, another game number 3. Woo!
Tiebreaker days, we only go to game 3. Everyone's playing their hearts out, and clearly Entity, they kept themselves in it the entire time. That final Aegis caught Secret off guard, and doing so, they kind of panicked outside the pit. Kind of felt like Secret was about to